Life is chaotic. We're constantly bombarded with distractions, demands, and disappointments. It can leave you feeling powerless, like you're caught in a riptide. Now imagine a philosophy, a set of tools that could help you navigate the choppy waters of existence and reach your desired destination. That's Stoicism. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who walked among the Roman Forum, weren't interested in esoteric theories. They sought practical wisdom, a way to cultivate resilience, purpose, and yes, even joy amidst the inevitable suffering of life. It's not about suppressing emotion, but about mastering it, becoming the captain of your own ship. And that's what we're going to unpack today. 10 powerful Stoic principles that can fundamentally change how you approach your life, how you deal with adversity, and how you find the motivation to strive for something greater. Imagine this. Someone cuts you off in traffic. You feel that surge of anger, the desire to retaliate. That right there is your primal instinct kicking in. But here's the thing, you have a choice. You can let that anger take the wheel or choose a different path. The Stoics knew we can't control events, but we can control our reactions. It's about mastering your emotions, not suppressing them. And that, my friends, is true freedom. We humans are a funny species. We spend an inordinate amount of time railing against things we cannot change. The weather, the past, the actions of others. It's like we're trying to rewrite reality itself. But here's a liberating truth. The only things you truly control are your own thoughts and actions. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It doesn't mean giving up. It means recognizing what lies beyond your sphere of influence and redirecting your energy to what you can actually impact. Think of it like this. You're carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Rocks of resentment, worry, and frustration over things you can't change. Imagine putting that backpack down. That's what acceptance feels like. Suddenly, you're lighter, freer, to focus on the path ahead. You can use that energy to build, to create, to make the best of the hand you've been dealt. This principle, my friends, is fundamental to Stoic motivation. We live in a world of endless distraction. Our attention is pulled in 1,000 different directions, leaving us feeling scattered and unfulfilled. The Stoics understood this struggle. They knew that our time and energy are precious, finite resources. And they offered a solution. Focus on the essential. What does this mean? It means ruthlessly cutting away the inessential. It means saying no to distractions, to commitments that drain your energy and pull you away from your purpose. It's about identifying what truly matters to you, your values, your goals, your relationships, and aligning your actions accordingly. Everything else is noise. Think of it like sculpting. You start with a block of marble, and your job is to chip away at everything that isn't the masterpiece within. This principle requires discipline, self-awareness, and the courage to say no, but the reward is a life of focus, meaning, and impact. Remember, your attention is your most valuable currency. Spend it wisely. Chapter 4. We often take for granted the good in our lives, our health, our loved ones, the simple fact that we woke up this morning. But gratitude, my friends, is a radical act. It's a conscious choice to focus on the abundance that already exists in our lives. Start by taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you're grateful for. It could be something as simple as a warm cup of coffee, a beautiful sunset, or the laughter of a loved one. Chapter 5. Imagine an archer aiming for a target. With each shot, she takes a moment to reflect, to analyze her technique, to make adjustments for the next attempt. This process of reflection is essential for improvement. The same principle applies to life. We must take time to reflect on our actions, our thoughts, and our progress. The Stoics called this practice contemplation of death, but don't let the name mislead you. It's not about morbid obsession, but about living each day with intentionality. Before bed, spend a few moments reviewing your day. What went well? What could you have done better? Where did your actions align with your values, and where did they fall short? This practice of self-reflection allows us to learn from our experiences, to course correct, and to become the best versions of ourselves. Remember, life is a journey, not a destination. And like any journey, it requires regular moments of reflection to ensure we're on the right path. Chapter 6. The Stoics had a powerful way of framing the human experience. They reminded themselves and their followers of the impermanence of life. Now, this might seem morbid, but it's actually incredibly liberating. When we truly internalize the fact that our time here is finite, it changes how we approach everything. Suddenly, the petty grievances, the anxieties about the future, the endless pursuit of more, it all loses its grip on us. Knowing that our time is precious allows us to prioritize what truly matters. It compels us to live with intention, to pursue our passions, to mend broken relationships, and to make the most of every single day. So how do we embrace this principle without falling into despair? By living each day as if it were our last. By appreciating the beauty in the mundane, by expressing our love freely, and by pursuing our dreams with unwavering passion. Remember, life is a gift. Don't waste it. Chapter 7. Principle 7. The importance of virtue. In our modern world, the word virtue might seem outdated, even a little preachy. But the Stoics understood that living a virtuous life wasn't about rigid moralizing, it was about living in accordance with nature. What does this mean? It means cultivating qualities like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. It means striving to be the best version of ourselves in thought, word, and deed. Now, none of us are perfect. We all stumble and fall short. But the Stoics believed that the pursuit of virtue was itself the path to a fulfilling life. When we act with integrity, when we treat others with fairness and compassion, when we face our fears with courage, we align ourselves with something greater than ourselves. And in that alignment, we find a deep sense of purpose and meaning. We discover that true happiness doesn't come from external validation, but from the inner satisfaction of living a life worthy of our highest aspirations. Chapter 8, Principle 8, Finding Serenity in Crisis. Life is full of challenges. It throws curveballs when we least expect them. Illness, loss, disappointment. It's easy to become overwhelmed, to feel like we're drowning in a sea of chaos. But the Stoics offered a powerful antidote to this despair, the practice of finding serenity in crisis. This doesn't mean denying the reality of suffering. It means recognizing that even in the darkest of times, there is always something we can control, our own thoughts and actions. When crisis strikes, take a step back. Breathe. Remind yourself that you've faced challenges before and you've emerged stronger on the other side. Focus on what you can control. Can you seek support from loved ones? Can you find a way to help others who are also struggling? Can you use this experience as an opportunity for growth? Remember, the storm may rage around you, but you have the power to choose how you weather it. Chapter 9. Principle 9. The power of your thoughts. Our minds are incredibly powerful instruments. They have the ability to create our reality, to shape our experiences, and to determine our destiny. The Stoics understood this principle deeply. They knew that our thoughts are not just fleeting things, they have the power to shape our emotions, our actions, and ultimately our lives. If we dwell on negativity, fear, and self-doubt, we create a reality that reflects those beliefs. But if we choose to focus on gratitude, possibility, and our own inherent worthiness, we open ourselves up to a world of abundance. This doesn't mean we should suppress negative thoughts altogether. It means we need to observe them without judgment, to recognize them as fleeting mental events, and to choose not to give them power over us. Remember, you are not your thoughts, you are the observer of your thoughts, and in that space of observation lies your freedom. Chapter 10, Principle 10, Community and Relationships. We are social creatures by nature. We crave connection, belonging, and the support of others. Yet, in our increasingly isolated world, it's easy to lose sight of the importance of community. The Stoics, despite their emphasis on individual resilience, understood that we are all interconnected. They knew that our relationships with others are essential to our well-being. Make time for the people who matter most to you. Nurture your friendships, strengthen your family bonds, and reach out to those who may be struggling. Remember, we are all in this together. And by supporting each other, by sharing our burdens and celebrating our joys, we create a richer, more meaningful human experience. Live a life of purpose. Embrace the Stoic path. We've covered a lot of ground today, exploring 10 powerful Stoic principles that can transform your life. Remember, Stoicism isn't about becoming emotionless or passive. It's about harnessing the power of your mind to navigate life's challenges with resilience, purpose, and even joy. Try incorporating these principles into your daily life. Start with small steps. Practice gratitude. Reflect on your day. Focus on what you can control. You'll be amazed by the profound impact these practices can have on your well-being. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel for more content on personal growth, philosophy, and living a meaningful life.